Yeah. Okay. Once again, good evening all. We start the session. Previous day we have seen like some again basic introduction part we have seen, and I have discussed like how to install SQL Server. Basic installation we have discussed. Okay. Right. We will go with the next. Uh, okay. So yeah, so basic installation seen in the previous class. Let me connect to SQL instance which we have installed in the previous class. So already we know to connect and work with SQL Server, we have to go with what? SSMS. Okay, we need to yeah connect through SSMS tool. Fine. Let me open SSMS SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. 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 So let me connect to SQL Server. Yeah. Check here like this is my server name, which is my desktop name. Windows authentication I am using. Already have said we'll discuss about other authentication options. Connect. Yeah, connected successfully. And we know that what are the databases are there, what are the logins are there. All these we can see graphically. To work with the commands, we can take new query. We can work with the commands. Also, like if you want to check right now, what is the server version? See here, SQL Server 2022 RPM. Okay, right, RTM, sorry. Okay, so we will go move ahead. Maybe after the end of today's session, uh, I will try to share you the uh, material, okay, step-by-step material, soft copy material. Uh, just kindly ping your just ping with your uh, yeah, what? Just ping me your number on my WhatsApp. Okay, so that I will create a group also, WhatsApp group for easy communication. Okay, right. Already you have my yeah phone number 99 starting with 99. So on that you can send me message, hi message. So I will create the WhatsApp group. Okay, right. Okay, let me second. Yeah, I have already PPTs with me. Just 1 second. Let me open the PPT. Okay. Yeah, just Srinath, thank you. Just ping me on my WhatsApp, Suhail. Earlier, well, yeah, shared with you. Yeah, this is my WhatsApp number. Okay. Let me Thank you, Sunil. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Kiran. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Mhm. Okay, just where is that? Mm, okay, got it. Just 1 minute. What is the PPT? Okay, let's continue. Yeah, we have like different. Okay. Yeah, various versions are there as part of SQL Server. Already we discussed briefly, right? So SQL Server 2022 is our latest version. Okay. Just now we have seen, right? Yesterday we have installed 2022 version. Then we have SQL Server 2019, our previous version, 15.0 version. Okay. After that, before that, we have 2017, 14.0, 2016. Like this, here different versions are there, but we discuss already. Like currently, in the production environment in the organization, we are working with which versions? 2016, 17, 19, 20, 22. Okay,
Sir,
right. Yeah,
2008 we have, sir. Before that we don't have 2000.
yeah, we have actually in the slide 2005 before that.
Okay.
Then we have 2000 version.
Mhm.
Before that, we have 6.5, something like this. So first time introduced in 1989 with 1.0 version. But yeah, these are the our latest versions.
So
Right.
what is
Yeah.
build, sir? Build.
Sorry. Build. Yeah. Basically, like this SQL Server
So it's like
version
patching,
is
patch.
20. Yeah, 2019, but this is build version is nothing but like it is like our, we can say patch version
Okay.
level,
Patch version.
or
Okay.
basically better to say like it is a database engine version. Normally build term refers to patch actually, but it is a database engine version.
Okay.
Okay, right. Right. Already we know, right, how to check we are working with which version, right? Just now we have seen SQL Server 2022. Right. Generally, say like we have seen already how the application like workflow is there in general in real time. We know this already. Just let me go through fastly. Whenever the user makes some transaction, right? As a user, if you are making some changes, some transactions, so request is submitted to web server, right? Like our IIS server, okay, or WebLogic server, any web server, okay, where our application team is working. From web server, request is coming to our database server, SQL Server. Means what? From web server, it submits the query to our SQL Server. SQL Server works with the data present in the database using SQL commands, right? Like select, update, delete, SQL commands. This is a like normal, like how the workflow is happening, how the workflow is happening. Right. So basically, say like that's why we have seen like to maintain as it is copy of database. Let's say like some sales database is there, HR database is there. To maintain as it is copy of database in different location, right? Secondary server or DR server. We are using these high availability features, right? Like log shipping, mirroring, always on. Okay, so mostly remember today we have to work with always on, which maintains same copy of database in different server. Okay, and see today like suppose this is my production server. If the server down due to any reason, okay, so automatically application can connect to which server? DR server, secondary server. Here same copy of database is there. Application can work successfully. It has all the options. Okay. In general, here as a database admin, let's say this is our DBS team, right? So yeah, generally like suppose let's say if any issue is there, application team can raise the request to our team. Clients or some vendors are there, they will raise the request to our team. Suppose let's say we have scheduled some jobs like backup, okay, some maintenance related jobs we have scheduled. If any job fail, automatically we'll get the email notification through DB mail. Means as a DBA will set up database mail, will get automatically notifications. Means what I'm saying, from these locations we'll get the tickets or notifications to our team. Generally, in your organization, we know that already we'll use some ticketing tool, right? So by using ticketing tool, we can connect to the tool like Remedy. So many ticketing tools are there in the market. Jira, some ticketing tools are there. Then we can start working with. That's one, but like this data center is there in somewhere in UK, US, Australia. Here, see, our team is sitting here in Hyderabad location. Okay, so we can connect remotely to the servers if any issue is there. Okay, so we can perform the maintenance activities, implementation and maintenance activities. That's why like 100 servers are there. How we know as a DBA, there is some issue in one server, right? Like disk space is above 90%, memory utilization is 100%, CPU utilization is 100%. There are blocking scenarios. For that purpose here, we can configure email alerts. We can use some third-party monitoring tools, or we can configure the email alerts. We'll get email to our team, group email, anyone who is on call. So he can connect and he can try to troubleshoot the problem. Okay,
Sir, in
right.
real time, if we can have one database, we have one copy of data, or else we can more than that.
Correct, correct. Multiple copies we can maintain, yes, with always on. Okay. In general, what we'll do, we'll see again. We'll have like, let's say in Chennai, we have data center. In Mumbai, we have data center. In Mumbai, what we can do, we can maintain 2 copies in the primary data center. In DR, Chennai will maintain 1 copy in general as a best practice. Okay, but minimum 1 copy in each data center. 2+1 we are following as part of Microsoft recommendations, means 2 primary servers here, sorry, 2 servers in primary data center, 1 in DR data center. Okay, Srinath.
Yeah, okay. Sir.
Yeah.
Only 3 copies we have
Yeah, in
follow that.
general. In general. Why?
Okay.
Because like again, we need hardware resources like that, right? That's why in always on we can maintain 10 copies totally. Okay, but no need, right? In general, like we need the hardware resources, licensing cost will increase. Right, right. Yeah, any questions are there? Are you sure, Said? Any other parts? Yeah.
What is DR, sir?
Yeah, yeah. DR is nothing but disaster recovery.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, just
So
location.
in
Some
primary, you
secondary.
said 2 data center.
Yeah, yeah.
In
No, no.
prime,
In primary data center, we have 2 servers.
okay,
Basically, we'll maintain 2 servers in primary. Means 2 servers means what? Not 2 primaries. 1 primary, 1 secondary. Here also 1 secondary. Why? Because while doing patching something, we can switch to this secondary, which is there in same data center without affecting the users.
okay. So one question, sir. Let's say we have primary, only one primary and one secondary. Okay. Now, when they do failover, right, to secondary,
Hmm.
okay. So, I mean, any new update came for the patching, so they do failover to secondary. Okay.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
they do failover, so all the read and writes goes to secondary, right?
Correct. Correct. Yes.
Okay. So in this case, no need of 2 primaries on the same data center, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Generally, what you are saying is correct. But some company policies are there, especially like bank something.
Mm-hmm.
They without the top management approval, they don't want to do failover to DR. Okay.
Okay.
And what happened? The application servers also they will maintain two copies. One application server for primary data center, one application server for DR. If
Mhm.
single application server is there which can connect here or here, and if there is no policy that we need top level management approval to switch to DR, whenever it is required we can switch. For example, in that case 1+1 only. Okay,
Okay.
one primary, one secondary. Yes.
And one more question, sir. Let's say if we have one primary and one secondary,
Yeah.
so application team also has to change their process, sir. Let's say today they have primary, they set up to primary, and when we do failover, application team has to be pointed to secondary.
That's why what I'm saying. If the application server, they are maintaining one application server in primary, one application server in secondary, for example, in
Mhm.
that case, they will point from here to here, from same data
Okay.
center.
Okay, same.
But
So,
if single application server is there, for example, no need to do anything. What they will do instead of in the connection string, we'll ask the network team to create a C name in the Active Directory DNS
oh,
server. Through C name only, that C name what it will do, it will redirect automatically to primary, current primary.
okay, okay,
Okay,
yeah,
that we'll
mm,
see practically
yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. Any other questions? We can move ahead. I am not able to see. We have Kiran also. Yeah, anything is there? Just you can unmute yourself. We can discuss. Okay, no need to worry. Yeah, let me continue. Uh, okay. Yeah. So in general, already we have discussed already. SQL Server supports what two types of components: server components and workstation components. See, server components are nothing but basically what services, right? Which process user queries. We have two main services, right? SQL Server Agent. SQL Server is the main service which process the user queries. Agent is for automation. Okay. All our scheduled activities, DBA, scheduled activities are implemented by what? Agent service. If we see here, see, after connecting to through SSMS, check here. This is our SQL Server is our main service. SQL Server Agent is our another service which implements automation. For example, if SQL Server Agent service is down, okay, uh, users use. Let me just am stopping SQL Server Agent service. Users can continue their work or not, Srinath. If agent service is down, users or application queries, users can continue their work or not. Any issue is there to the users?
Sir, I didn't get your question, sir. Can you
No,
explain? Can
general,
you
this is
explain?
our agent service. For example, I have stopped this agent service, but SQL Server service is running. Uh, User queries are still executed or
Yes, we can execute
yeah,
manually.
yeah,
Execute it manually.
correct. Why? Because SQL Server service is the main service which process the queries, right? That's why users can continue their work even the agent is down. But what is the problem? Automation will not work. Suppose we have scheduled some job this time. Okay, that job will not work. That is the reason in production environment, both SQL Server and SQL Server Agent must be running always. Right. That is the that's why under server components we have SQL Server agent, two main services. Under workstation components we have SSMS already we have seen, and SQL CMD is a command prompt from where we can connect to SQL Server through command prompt. Generally, in SSMS here, whenever you type something, once we click on execute button or F5, this SSMS tool, what it will do, just it submits the queries to which service? Our main service, SQL Server service. This service process the queries, will get the result back. It displays the result here. Okay. Right. For example, let's say this is my SQL Server Management Studio. Suppose if I close this Management Studio, for example, users can continue their work or not through the application. Server is running or not. So here, if I close
It's running,
SSMS.
sir. It's running.
Yeah. Why? Because server is running. Server is running means remember in the background service is running. Users can continue their work. Okay. That's why remember just to remember SSMS is a tool like a browser through which we can connect to the server. We can work with the options. Okay. Clear, right? For all people. Just can. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you
Sir, in
very
real,
much. Yeah. Yes,
sir,
please.
in real time, we connected to the server through SSMS tool or through command.
No,
Through command
SSMS
prompt.
tool only. SSMS tool. Okay. If there is no SSMS tool, temporarily if want to connect, we have option SQL command, but we won't use SQL command through SSMS only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, let me go to next slide. Yeah. So generally here like in SQL Server, we have four major components actually. One is database server or database engine. Okay. Actually remember like in SQL Server, like once you download SQL Server, while installation, it will ask which server you want to connect while installation. Okay. So we have like different four servers are there. One is database engine. Okay. Integration services, reporting services, analysis services, four servers. But as a DBA, remember, we are working with database engine only. 90% environments, we are working with what? Database engine only. Okay, these three are called MSBI features. Okay, Microsoft Business Intelligence features, MSBI features. Okay, yes, generally we'll call here, right, MSBI or SSIS, like SQL Server Integration Services, SQL Server Analysis Services, SQL Server Reporting Services, like that. These are called as what? BI features, Business Intelligence features. Okay, just 1 minute. Yeah, that is like got it right. That's why while installation, we have to select what? Database engine. So database engine will install actually four services. But SQL Server and SQL Server Agent are our main services. Okay. Later we'll see about the other servers. No problem. Okay.
Sir, yesterday
Yeah.
we installed the SQL Server, right? So
Correct.
in that, there is no this type of options. We are not
Correct.
seeing.
Correct. Correct. You are right. What is the reason? Anyone can answer. What is the reason, Srinath? What is the reason? Reason is what we selected basic installation, right? Option.
Yeah,
Correct,
okay.
right? Not
Yes, yes,
custom. Yeah, that's
yes.
why. If we use custom installation, we'll get all these options that we'll see, okay, in the tomorrow's class.
Okay.
Right, a good question. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. That is like our four major servers are there, but database engine is our main service. Fine. Next, check here like SQL Server instances here. Instances. In general, remember, very simple. Instance is nothing but what? One copy of SQL Server. One copy. One instance is one copy of SQL Server. Second point, remember, whenever we install SQL Server one time, we are creating one instance. Clear, right? Whenever we install SQL Server one time, it's meaning that we are creating one instance. Okay, right, right. So just check here. Then third point, remember, in one machine, we can install SQL Server 50 times, 50. 50, okay, in non-cluster environment. Or we have standalone environment where we have single server we have discussed. We can install SQL Server 50 times, means 50 instances. But remember, in production environment, we are installing SQL Server only one time in one machine or one VM. Okay, or we can say one container one time only, not multiple times. In non-production servers like UAT, Dev, SIT, okay, we can have multiple instances. Right. Check here, like in this machine, how many instances are there? Let's say one machine is there with the name server 1. Here, see, this is one instance. For example, this is one more instance. Let's say two instances. See here, this instance name is equal to my system name. Check here, right? So that's why we'll call it as default instance. Just 1 second. Okay, yeah. Yeah, check here. This instance name is equal to my system name. See here, equal to my system name. That's why we are calling it as default instance. Default. Here, see, here we have system name slash some name, right? That's why we'll call it as named instance. Named. Some name is it. That's why we are calling it as what? Named instance. Like that, here two types of instances are there, default and named instance. So just now we have discussed like in one machine, we can have 50 instances, right? So in that we have one default instance, we can have one default instance, 49 named instances. Okay, but already we have discussed as a best practice in one VM, we are installing only one instance in real time. Okay, which is a default instance. That's why tomorrow, once you start working in the organization, you can see in each VM we have one instance, which is a default instance. Right. Hierarchy we have to understand here. One machine is there in one machine. In a machine we have one or more instances. Check here. Under each instance we have one or more DBs here, databases. Already have said in one machine maximum 50 instances. Under each instance we can have 32,767 databases here. Under database we have something called a schema. Under that we have objects, nothing but like tables, views, stored procedures, functions, triggers, like that, objects. This is your hierarchy. Just we have to understand the hierarchy. In one machine, we can have one or more instances. Under each instance, we have databases. Under that is schema. Under that, objects. Okay, clear, right? Suppose, let's say, I will connect to my instance again. Go back to here. See, this is our default instance or named instance. So here.
It's a default.
Yeah, why? Because we don't have anything like slash something, right? That's why. If you check here, one more instance is there. Let me connect. See, host name slash some name is there, right? This is called named instance. Okay, right. We can check by using the command also. Select server property instance name. Okay, null is their default instance. Let me run the same command with this instance, new query. Select and execute. See, MS SQL Server 01 after slash whatever it is there 01. Okay, like that. Say like we can check here whether it is default instance. If you see null means default, this is our named instance. That's why we can connect to default instance with the host name, okay, or local or dot, okay, like that. For named instance, we can connect like within the same machine I am saying, like dot or localhost slash instance name, MS SQL Server 01. Like that here means we can mention the host name or dot slash, but while connecting within the same machine. Okay, that is like different options are there to connect to the instance. If you say dot connect, it is a default instance. It is what? Default instance. Okay. Right, right. That is like hierarchy. I think it is clear. That's why while accessing the object, we can access, remember, the table present in this instance from here also. From here also, okay? So how we can access like instance name dot database name dot schema name dot table name. Instance name dot db name dot schema name dot table name, like that's here. We can check here also. If I go to any database, sales database, but here I did not created any objects. If I create any object, for example, one new table, just for testing purpose, Control S, save, employees. refresh. See DBO dot. See, this is the instance name, database name. DBO is a default schema. Dot EMPS. Okay, is the table name. Okay, this is a, like just a hierarchy in our SQL Server. Fine. Instance summary before going to see custom installation. We'll see the instance summary. Okay, so check here, like whenever already we know what is instance, right? Uh, yeah, 1 second. Just I will mute for 1 minute. Yeah. So what we'll do, like I think getting some calls from office. Actually, like two of my colleagues are on like off. Actually, like that's why I stuck in many implementation. No problem. Like what we'll do, we'll conclude the session here today. Today, what we have seen, just we have discussed again how to connect to SQL Server. What are the SQL Server components are there, workstation components and uh, server components. After that, we have seen what is instance, types of instances in SQL Server. And we have discussed that SQL Server is a collection of what? Four database components mainly. We'll continue with this one instance summary. After that, what we'll do, we'll see the custom installation. Okay, like how we are doing installation, what are the steps are there which we are following in real time. Okay, right. Meanwhile, any questions are there?